Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So different view here, but I wanted to quickly show you guys how I'm putting together my long-term floss storage. So this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I didn't feel the need to do it because I didn't have as much floss at the time. So what I did, and I would have started filming this earlier, like the whole process of it, but I wasn't 100% sure how it was going to turn out. So I think I've talked about this before, but I love the Annie's Keepers style of floss. Now, or floss storage. To be completely honest, how much this cost, probably, it's coming pretty close to the Annie's Keepers, except it's just the way that I bought it, because of the way that I purchased the stuff. If I would have bought the stuff on Amazon, I probably would have spent a little bit less. So I bought these file folders at Walmart. Let me see if I can show you guys. They come in a big thing like this. I got this colorway with the purple and the blue and the teal. They have plenty of other ones. You can get the more expensive ones. They have like ones that have like glitter and stuff. And what I did was I cut them, and then they were actually longer. They were this big. And then when I started getting ready to put the holes in, decided that that was too big, and so I folded them all like this. I just folded them up to meet the line of where the colors change, and then I hole punched through, don't mind that's where I tore it. I hole punched where every line is right here, because I felt like that was a good space. It's pretty close to an inch, and it made 11 holes. Now they're not perfect, but I paid $8. I think these boxes are $8.47. I will probably go get another box and fill up the space with the second one, because I am going to put my floss in order as if I have all of the floss. So I will be leaving the spaces for the floss that I don't currently have, I think. If not, then maybe I'll just fill them up with what I have. The only thing about that is that I'll have to move everything if I end up getting numbers that I don't have. That's the only thing. So I'm really not wanting to go and do this whole thing again. So I just might have enough. I'm hoping that I have enough with what I have here to do the whole thing, because each one gave me 50 and I think there's 11. Yeah, so I did my math right, so I should be fine. And then what I did was I also made my own what are these called, like floss tags? These called are floss drops or something. I made my own. I cut these 1.5 inches by 2 inches, and then I punched them with a hole puncher that I already had. This one, I don't know what size this is, but this is the smaller one. Hobby Lobby has 3 sizes. They have a really giant one, and they have this one, and then they have one smaller than this. So I got this. This is about 3 inches big. And then I had bought some of these already. The hooks, you can get these at Hobby Lobby. Not hooks, but the round. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. Amazon is even better, and they're the ones that open like this, and then you close them. I had purchased already, I think 40 of these maybe. I can't remember how many came in the thing, and I'll still be using those. But after using them, because I thought that the 1/2 inch, or let me see if I have one. I don't. I had one earlier. I don't know what I did with it. The 1 inch ones, they're too big. I could have sworn I had one of the 1 inch ones. The 1 inch ones are too big, in my opinion. You can totally use the 1 inch ones. It's up to you. These are the 3/4 inch ones, and they're really hard to open for me. I already have a lot of nerve and wrist pain as it is, and these are difficult to open. So what I went ahead and did was I purchased these from Walmart. These are the lanyard hooks, and they come in a pack of 40. And I got 3 packs of those, and I've already been working through the other pack. So 3 packs of those. This probably isn't going to be enough for what I have in stock. 40, 80. I don't know. And then you can probably get these on Amazon for cheaper as well, because these were $3 a box at Walmart. $3. I think this one was $1, $2, and these were $3. I don't know. Walmart just, they don't make sense. So I cut these by hand with my paper trimmer, and a lot of this stuff I don't have it here, but I use a rotary cutter, like the one that you cut fabric with. I use that for a lot of the cutting on this too, especially these. And then what I am doing, I also wanted to show you guys a trick for floss. So this is what, I know I just finished a floss tag. What did I do with it? I put a sticker on it already. Oh, found it. I gotta put all these other ones back. So I'm also using just the regular Scotch tape, and when I take apart the DMC labels, you know how you have the number on the end? I was going to print my own and make stickers out of them, but I didn't want to waste the time doing that. Honestly, it's probably going to be the same amount of time, but I just haven't had time to sit at the computer and design a spreadsheet, not a spreadsheet, but design a thing in my Silhouette so that I can make stickers out of them. So I'm just cutting the number out and sticking it on here with a piece of tape. This is completely fine for me. I'm happy with it. And then I put the thing on there, and these are going to hang on here like that with the floss. With the floss on it like that. So I'm currently doing this with all of the floss that I'm currently not using, and I'm working with the skeins first because it allows me to clear a bag quickly. So all of the skeins that I have right now are the older DMC numbers. I keep cutting my head off, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can. They're the older DMC ones. You guys are really high. That's why the angle's like really weird. And my hair was wet when it's still wet, so don't mind that. Now, the way I'm going to show you guys how to do the older DMC ones, because I've noticed the older DMC, when you try to pull them, they always knot. Like 9 times out of 10 they knot, and that's because for some reason they're getting stuck in the glue in the tabs. So this is an old DMC label. Can you guys see that? There you go. This is an old DMC label. This is an old DMC label because it has the gold trim on the top and the bottom. This is an old label. Let's see. I know there's a couple more. There's another one. Oh, did I show you guys this one? And this one's an old label as well. There's nothing on the edge, and there's no, like, anything. Let me show you guys what the new ones look like. If I can find one. Oh, I think I have. What did I do with those 2 skeins? The new ones have the barcode like some of the older ones, and the number. So you can see this other old one has the number but no barcode. That's how you know it's an old one. And the new one has the number and the barcode. Plus, the new ones have a plastic coating over them that none of the other ones have. You can kind of see how it reflects on there. The old ones don't have that either. So that's how you can tell if it's an old floss or a new floss. And then, so with the old ones, what I do is I take them off, open them up in the center, and I find one of the ends, pull it on my wrist, put it on my wrist, and then I start unwinding it like this. You can see how it's already getting stuck on my wrist right there. Right here, how it's tight. I'll just keep going unless it stops me. See, it stopped me there because it's tangling up already. I will just do my best to keep unwinding it and unwinding it. This is the only way those ones are going to come off without knotting, because they will not. You might get lucky and they don't knot, but all of mine, 9 times out of 10, are knotting because I noticed that the floss is stuck inside the sticky of that label. There's the end. And here is this end. Now I'm doing this because I've learned that I hate bobbins. Now, I hate bobbins because I don't know why. I just do. I hate them. I hate having to guess how long to cut my thread. I hate having to, not only that, but then if I need one strand and I cut a short piece, then I have 5 strands that I can't use, and I hate that. So, not only that, but when I first started cross stitching, I started using the cheap AliExpress Chinese kits. They all come pre-cut. All of them come with pre-cut floss, and I just fell in love with it right away. When I did my first counted piece, which was the Super Mario chart, the map, I did everything on bobbins, and I hated it. So I stopped bobbinating that project, and I think I've got, I don't know, I only have a handful of colors bobbinated, but I did several bobbins of the same color. And as soon as those are done, I might even debobbinate them. I haven't decided yet. So what I do is I put the ends together, the 2 ends that you already have, and I fold it in half, and I meet the pieces, so you should have 1 loop and 2 ends. Fold it in half again. You can do this as many or as little times as you want. I happen to like them a certain way, and so I'm going to do them this way. So now you have 3 loops and 2 ends, and then you're still left with pretty long strands. So then I fold them in half again, and this puts them at roughly 18 inches. It's a little bit more, but I like this length. It's about, well, it's 18 inches this way. So when you pull it long ways, if you're back stitching and you only need 1 strand, then it's about 36 inches, and it's plenty of clearance. For me, you can only do it twice if you want. And then I cut it. I just cut it. So then I have all the loose ends on this side and a loop on this side. Take my loop, and what did I do with the one? I keep losing it. Take my loop, put it on here, fold it in, pull them down, and then you're left with something like that. Perfect. You can get 1 strand off of this. You can just slowly work on these. You don't have to even remove these off of the floss card if you don't want to. You can pull 1 thread off of this. Nothing gets tangled. That is how I do all of them. So now I'm going to show you how to do the new ones, because I'm doing 800s right now. So this works. So the new ones, on the end with the number and the barcode, find the end, and you can just start pulling, and it comes out, and it should not tangle at all. Pull. I'm almost at the end. I save the piece with the number. You should, even if you're not using the pieces like I am, you should still save it so that you don't forget what DMC you're using. Then I do the same thing. Line up my edges. Lined up. Fold. Oops. Stepped on it. Now I had to line these up again. Okay. Line them up again. Pull it through. Whoops. It's a piece I cut off. Line them up. Today's the day of the Super Bowl, so I'm sorry if you hear people talking in the background, but I don't watch football. I don't care for football, so I am not watching the pregame. I would much rather be doing what I'm doing right now. Alright, line those up again, and I'm going to do it one more time because this is the length that I prefer. There we have it. You have 2 loops. Remember, you want to keep 1 loop. Always cut the end where you already have the 2 ends that are cut. Cut them. Boom. Here it is. Take it onto my floss tag, floss card. I can't remember what these are called. Some people call them floss drops or something. There we go. perfect. Then, like I said, I cut this off just like that. I don't even cut, I leave it as a loop. I don't even cut the back off. Just a step that I don't need to do. Get a piece of tape and tape it on there. You can do that however you want. Stick it on there and it is done. 8/13. And then I put it here because I'm still currently putting these in order. And there you have it. I have already done a whole bunch. So this is what they look like. Here's all my floss. They don't really tangle. It kind of looks like a hot mess right here, but honestly they don't. You can still come, pull one off, and it just comes undone. I have been working with the AliExpress kits for I think about since the summer, maybe August, and I've never had my floss tangle like this. It gets kind of, you know, it sticks to itself and it gets kind of, you know, whatever, but I've never had it tangle. I've always been able to just take the one that I want, pull it off. I don't want to pull from the middle because it'll, I have them in numerical order, and that's it. Okay, I had to stop because I have some stuff cooking for potato salad, so I had to stop and go turn the stove off. But that is how I do it, you guys. This isn't for everybody, but honestly, let me see. I spent $2 making the floss tags, and I've got about, whoops, I think I have about 150, but I wasted a lot. So if I didn't waste as much as I did, I'd have more. And that was $2 worth of cardstock. And then I spent $8.50 on the folders. And then I don't include like the hole punch or this, and I'm also using the regular hole puncher. I don't include these because I already had these and I use these for other things as well, so I never include any tools. So we're at 8, 9, 10, 50, and then I spent $9 on those. So 10, 50, we'll just round it up to 10. So far I'm about $21 in, rounding up. I never round down. There's another one. There it is. I never round down. I always round up. And, oh no. I already had, whoops, sorry guys. I had to look at this, so I'm like, I already had an $8.39. So I need to remove the sticker and put these together because I already had an $8.39. That's also saving me more because I'm putting all the like ones together, well, all the same DMCs together, and I'm leaving them separate too, because then I can know how many skeins I have. So I leave the two on there like this, and I know that I have 2 skeins of this in stock. Actually, it looks like this one was only a partial skein because it's about 4 inches shorter, but I'll still count this as 2 skeins because I won't say, oh, I have half a skein, because a lot of time, unless a project calls for a lot of dark like this, this is plenty. I don't want to go out and buy another one when I probably already have enough to do what I need to do most of the time. Not every time. That's not going to happen every time, but more often than not. So put that, I'm sorry you guys are moving. I have you on my computer. So these ones are all old floss, which is why I have to do them all this way, because the floss is all older floss. So sometimes, let's see how this one goes. Oh, this one of the rare times that it's almost perfect. Well, the one time that I want to show you guys, it comes perfectly undone. I wanted to see if it would be tangled, so I can just show you guys, because sometimes it'll get tighter around your wrist, and if you look, it's because it's through a loop, and you can just pull it out of the loop the other way and then keep unwinding it, and it works just fine. And honestly, it's so much faster. It takes time to set your stuff up this way, I understand that, but it saves me so much time in the long run because I don't have to try to figure out how much floss I need. I don't have to try to, I waste a lot less floss this way. I had a text message. I was trying to see what it said. I waste a lot less floss this way, and it's just so much easier to have a piece pre-cut, go ahead, pull it off, and be done with it, and not have to try to calculate yardage and how much floss I use per inch to determine how much I need, and then I don't have to carry like a ruler with me to pull the floss that way. It's easier, so much easier. So earlier I was actually using packing tape too because I thought my daughter used all the Scotch tape, but she didn't. So then we have another one. There it is. And I had to turn my computer on because, did I put it backwards? No. 818. Because when I do this, I use my Lord Lebidian spreadsheet to take inventory to see which ones I have, and then I will use that to put the numbers on here because his spreadsheet is the most accurate one that I've found. And also because sometimes I get the DMCs mixed up, and he provides the colors on there as well, so it helps me. Like if I were to get them, like if I were to mix these two up next to each other, I can just look on his spreadsheet and know that the lighter one is, I think this is hazelnut, 869. So, you know. Alright, I feel like this one's gonna get tangled. We'll see. This one doesn't look like a full skein either. Oh, see, now that I want to show you guys, it's not. But I'm telling you guys, since I figured this out, I only figured this out this morning with the old ones, about them not being stuck inside of the thing because they kept getting tangled. I was wasting so much time untangling and doing the knots that, see, yeah, this one was half a skein. I was wasting so much time trying to undo the knots that I was getting so frustrated. And what ended up happening was, if I was down to like the last, if it was like less than 10 inches, I lied because this one's more than 10 inches. I was just cutting off the rest. Like this is more than 10 inches, but I had this huge knot right here that was not coming undone, and it kept knotting, so I just cut the damn thing off. Same thing here. This kept knotting, cut it off. This isn't very much. And the same thing with this one. This one, I wasted a lot of floss. It had this huge knot here, and it was already unwinding because you know how it's in the 6. And I just cut the whole thing off. So far, I've only had to do that 3 times. And I've done all of this. And then I have another pile like this over here as well. So there you have it. Let me do this last one here. So that is just how I've been doing it. The reason it took me so long to get to this point too is because I never had enough floss that I needed to worry about this, because I was only buying per project. And all the floss that I had was in the project bag with the kit. But what happened was I ended up winning a used lot of floss on eBay. Ended up with 347 skeins of floss, and so now I have a lot of floss. So yeah, now I have a ton of floss, which is perfect because now I just go through, I use the Lord Lebidian when I'm doing this, but when I am looking for floss at the store, I have a Google spreadsheet that I keep track of projects on, and if I need a certain floss for a project, I go into my Google spreadsheet and put it on there, and then that way it's easy for me to pull up when I'm on the go. And if I make a random trip to somewhere, then I have, because I have all of my projects on there that need something or whatever, I have it all broken down. And so it's easier for me to look on my Google spreadsheet than it is an Excel spreadsheet. Not only that, but I can, you know, do it. Whoa, almost dropped it. It updates, you know, so just easier. So these ones, because they're so giant, I cut the sides. This is a really old skein of floss. I cut the sides and I cut one piece of the top, and then I'll usually leave the, I have to give it a really weird angle. See how tiny it is? Not my name. I'll get my piece of tape, and instead of having to worry about centering it, I just get my tape, put it on the thing, and then pick it up with the tape. I pressed it down too far. Pick it up with the tape, put it on my thing. Done. Now we have another one. Alright, you guys. I think I finished my 800s. So yeah, I gotta go check on my food again. Alright, so I hope you guys found this helpful. It's worked for me. It's taken me some time to kind of figure out how I wanted to put this together. I kept brainstorming ideas like how I can make like these out of like pieces of wood so that they were more, what's the word, like aesthetically pleasing. And my husband's like, oh, I'll do it. But I'm telling you guys, my husband's the type of guy who just never follows through. Or he'll do it once just to say he could, but considering you need like 50 of these, he would have quit and left me to do it on my own. So I didn't want to do something that was that hard or difficult. And this is just ultimately what I settled on. And I've had all of the pieces for a while now, but just I've been struggling the past 2 weeks to find a new normal with this new school schedule that I have, because I've never had to be on campus as much as I am now, and it's definitely different. So yeah, there we have it. There's another 700 that I need to come log because I did the 700s already. Oh, at least I don't have to change the page. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go. I hope you guys found this video semi-helpful, and if you guys have any questions not about my crazy hair, I'd be happy to answer them. So ta-ta for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.